You wake up and before your body has even stretched into the new day, your phone light up, a soft vibration, a little ping, the glow of a screen pulling you in. It feels innocent enough. A quick glance won't hurt. That is you think. But that one glance leads to 10 minutes of scrolling, then 20 minutes. And before you know it, the morning calm has dissolved into noise. Message waiting, email demanding answer, and a world of update already rushing towards you. Your brain doesn't know it's just a phone. To your nervous system, each alert is a call to arms, a tiny stress signal. You know the amygdala, that almond-shaped structure deep inside your brain, light up as if there is danger nearby. And then the cortisol, the stress hormone, begin to rise. Your heart rate quicken just slightly, your breathing shifts, your muscles hold a little more tension. You don't notice it right away, but your body is preparing for battle, all before you even taken a sip of water. So stay with me here. This is important because what seems small, just a few notifications, is actually reshaping the rhythm of your brain and your body. You might wonder why you feel so restless, so anxious, so unfocused later in the day. This is part of the answer. Constant digital input doesn't just fill your mind with the information, it changes the chemistry of your stress system. Scientists who study the brain have noticed that heavy screen use activates the same stress pathway as a threat in the real world. The amygdala becomes more reactive. The prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that is responsible for planning, memory, and focus, struggle to keep control. And then your hippocampus, which encodes the memory, becomes cloudy by too much cortisol. And the result is the mind that feels scattered, attention that sleeps, memory doesn't hold as well, and a baseline feeling of the unease. Now I'm not saying the technology is the enemy. Far from it. Our phones connect us, inspire us, give us access to more knowledge than any generation before. But the way we use them, constantly without pause, place our nervous system in a state of near continuous activation. And I want you to really hear this. The brain is not fixed in like a stone. It's a flexible, alive, continuously rewiring in response to what we do, what decision we take, which means even the short break, just a few mindfulness minutes offline, can begin to reset this system. Think about this. When you put your phone down and let your eyes rest on something steady, the light through a window, a pattern of a leaf, the rise and fall of your breath, your nervous system notice. The amygdala eases, cortisol levels begin to drop, your prefrontal cortex starts to regain its balance. And within minutes, your body shifts out of stress mode and into recovery. 10 minutes, that's all it takes to spark this reset. 10 quick minutes where you are not pulled into constant stimulation. Research shows that during this time, heart rate slows, blood pressure softens, and brain wave pattern begin to move to a calmer state. And then the hippocampus, freed from the flood of cortisol, does its job more effectively. Memory sharpen, focus study, anxiety ease. At first, it's not easy. Let's be honest about that. The moment you set your phone aside, a restlessness creeps in. Your hand twitches, your mind whispers, just one quick check. That's dopamine speaking. The brain chemical tied to reward and the anticipation. Our devices have trained us to expect little bursts of dopamine with every scroll, every like, every new update. So when you step away, the brain protests. But if you stay with it, if you breathe through the urge, something beautiful happens, a shift. The noise quiet, your brain thoughts once scattered like leaves in the wind begin to a shift. The noise quiets, your thoughts once scattered like leaves in the wind begin to settle into place. The tension in your shoulders soften. The senses of needing to do everything right now fades. And its place is a kind of clarity you may have forgotten was possible. This is the turn, the moment where the struggle gives away to calm. And the once you have felt it, even for a few minutes, your brain begins to crave that peace more than the scroll. And here is why these matter on deeper level. When you practice even short digital detox moment, you are training your nervous system to find balance again. And over time, stress hormones regulate more easily. Sleep improves because the blue light that disturbs the melatonin is no longer the last thing your eyes see. Creativity blossoms because the brain isn't jammed with input and finally has a space to connect ideas. Even the relationships grow stronger. Stay with me because this next part is powerful. When the researchers look at what's happening in the brain after consistent break from the screen, they see growth in area tied to self-control and the emotional regulation. The prefrontal cortex actually becomes strong. The amygdala, which once fired at every ping, becomes less reactive. This is the neuroplasticity at work, the brain rewiring itself towards calm. And here is something you might not expect. Digital detox doesn't just affect the mind, it changes the body too. Stress hormones like cortisol influence everything from the blood sugar to immune function. When cortisol stays high for too long, inflammation rises, blood vessels stiffen, and even the heart feels the strain. But when cortisol is, the body begins to heal, inflammation lowers, and blood pressure becomes stable. Now imagine this is not as a 1 minute reset, but as a rhythm. Morning silence before the day begins. A midday walk without headphones or screens. A screen-free wind down before bed. Each break is small, but together they weave the pattern of balance. Over weeks, you notice the changes under you. You are calmer, you are clear, you are more present. The world feels less overwhelming to you. And then your brain feels like it belongs to you again. This isn't about perfection. It's not about the quitting technology or living in the woods. It's about the choosing moment of pause in a world that never stops ask for your attention. Simple, necessary, life restoring. And here is the most encouraging part. The brain remembers how to heal. Even if you have been living in the continuous digital noise for years, recovery is very, very possible. You must heard about the neuroplasticity. That means it's never too late. Each pause is like planting a seed of calm, and with the practice, those seeds grow into the resilience. Next time you feel your mind buzzing, your shoulder tight, your focus slipping, try this. Set your phone down. Close your eyes. Take 3 slow breaths. Notice the space around you. Let your nervous system exhale. Just 10 minutes. That's all. And then notice how different you feel. Lighter, calmer, more grounded. That's your body finding balance again. The technology will still be there when you return, but you will return stronger, calmer, more centered. You will return on your own term, because at the heart of this practice is freedom. The freedom to step away from the noise, to reclaim your attention, to give your nervous system the gift of rest. And in that space, you will discover something precious. Not emptiness, not boredom, but presence. A simple steady awareness that life is happening right here, right now, and you are part of it. That's the power of a digital detox, not a grand retreat or a month-long challenge. Just 10 quiet minutes that reset your nervous system and rewind your brain what it feels like to be at peace. And when you choose this again and again, your life begins to shift. Less stress, more clarity, deep connection, strong health, a mind that feels like your own. So let me leave you with this. The next time your phone buzzes, pause. Ask yourself, do I need to answer right now? Or can I give my brain 10 minutes of the stillness first? 10 minutes to breathe, to reset, to remember who I am outside the screen. And that choice may be small, but it can change everything. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.